Well, let's jump right in. Welcome. Good to have you all with us tonight, or whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. We're excited to have you join us for this third class in the best 30 years, Thursday nights with Cynthia and Mark. So welcome. Good to have you here. Tonight, we will be talking about nutrition, and nutrition that we say moves the needle. How does that make a difference in your life? So let's dive right in here. When we talk about nutrition, or actually when Cynthia and I talk to a lot of people about health and wellness and that kind of thing. And often the conversation starts or gets to a point where we have questions that come up like this all the time. People say, how can I feel better? I'm at a point where I'm feeling like I'm running down. I don't have the energy I want. I know it's time to make changes in my life, but how do I make those changes? How do I get better? Or it sometimes goes to their sleep patterns, where I'm just not sleeping well. And I wake up the next morning and I feel groggy all day. Or where do I start? Do I need to lose weight? How do I approach all these health challenges? And then a lot of times it turns to nutrition. And so then we get into questions like, can't this whole nutrition thing just be a lot simpler? It seems to be so complicated and so many ideas and so many opinions. It's confusing to a lot of people. And I've been there myself. Can it be cheaper? It seems to be really expensive when you start talking about a lot of specialized foods and supplements and that kind of thing. A lot of people are wondering about, well, do you have to spend a lot of time, a lot of extra time to make all these special meals and special ways of eating? What supplements should I take? I know I probably should be taking some. And then the big question, why does food that is good for us always seem to taste so bad?
We hear that one a lot.
Yeah, we do hear that one a lot. So if you've had any of those questions come up, you may feel like I often do. I'm getting a lot better at this now because we're so deep into this, but I remember many, many times going to the fridge. I'm hungry. I open the fridge and I just stand there and stare at the fridge and think, there's nothing here for me to eat, or I know I shouldn't be eating that, but what should I be eating? And it's just like this conundrum of what should I be eating that's healthy and that I can, really feel good about. And a lot of people, because of we get into that mode of, okay, I know I shouldn't be eating this, but what should I eat? We tend to default to what's fastest and easiest and available, which is often high carb, sweet kind of stuff. Or we get into the rut of, man, I don't know what else to eat. I'll just have another piece of pizza, just the kinds of things that are quick and easy and filling. So it's a challenge and it's difficult and it's confusing. But what we're here to tell you tonight is don't add more stress to the stress of wondering what you should eat. And we're really here with a message of relax, enjoy this experience. There are some really simple things you can do that will make a big difference. We're all about keeping it simple, keeping it easy to be able to implement in your life, and to have a simple system that works, that's repeatable, and that you can really get comfortable with and make a difference in your life. So that's the direction we'd like to go.
Awesome. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. So the first thing that we would put out there that we feel like really makes a difference is what we call clear the road. So as we get into more of the discussion this afternoon or tonight, we'll be talking about things that you can eat or you shouldn't eat, but the bottom line is that those nutrients, whatever it is, have to get to the places in your body where they're needed. And so we call it clearing the road, which means improving your circulation and the oxygenation. That's the fundamental process going on here, so that the things that you're eating and the supplements that you're taking can do their jobs best. And the very best way that we know of doing that is a jump start with lifelong vitality, the nutrition pack, and lots of water. That's always the go-to. Water helps things to flow through and to detox and to move through your body. And a foundational supplement pack is really going to help clear that road and get things moving.
So important.
The other really important thing and helpful thing here is we're not talking about dieting. We're not talking about, that kind of thing, but we are talking about some changes in your life. And some of that involves a change in how you view things and the will to do it and the willpower and a mindset change. And the really cool thing is some of these supplements and oils actually have a very positive impact on your mind and your brain as well. As I was talking earlier about all day today, I was diffusing wild orange, one of my favorite oils. And it has such a great impact, a positive impact on my mood. Every time I smell it, I just get this smile on my face, and it lifts my spirits and my whole attitude. So you get this not only clearing the road and clearing the way for things to work much better, but you get this mindset boost as well. Okay, so to keep it simple, we're going to call it tonight, we're going to call it the high five. So these are the simple 5 things that you can do, the highest, most important things that are going to help you move the needle for improving your nutrition. The first is remove radicals and inflammation. The second is destroy deceptors. Third, friendly feed. That means the kind of feed that you're giving yourself. Number 4 is supplement boost. And number 5, sounds like the mystery one here. You are what you choose. So we'll go through each of those. So number 1, the first thing that is going to be most helpful is from a high level idea here is to remove radicals and inflammation from your body. Inflammation is most generally caused from excess sugars. There's a lot of research and a lot of input on that. And so just think reduce inflammation, and the easiest connection to do that is to reduce the excess sugars that you're bringing into your diet. The second is free radicals. You hear a lot about antioxidants in nutritional discussions these days. And oxidative stress, that's basically cell damage that's going on because of free radicals in your body. Those are generally associated with additives and certain kind of oils that are really damaging to your body. So that's the easy.
And we're not talking about essential oils.
Oh yeah, not those oils. Like fried foods and those kinds of oils. Another thing is to be aware of possible allergens. Many people go for years with allergies that are really slowing them down and causing problems. And so that's something to consider as well. In our family, it happens to be gluten and nightshades. And so we're very careful about those. So that's something you might want to consider if you're not seeing progress and success with some of these other ideas. Look to some allergies, and gluten and nightshades seem to be at the top of the list for that.
Yes, and you probably are aware of other ones also, but these are ones that people talk about a lot, the gluten part, but they don't talk anything about nightshades. So you're going to go into that in more detail, or?
No.
Okay, well then I am.
Okay.
So nightshades, it's like, well, what in the world is that? You put the shade over your eyes and it's nighttime. No, there are foods. There's specific foods. Tomatoes, number 1. Onions, garlic. Those are probably the top 3. There are other nightshades too, but those might be in every day. every day you might be eating those. And a number of people have a lot of difficulties with them. They cause a ton of inflammation in people's bodies. What about inflammation from excess sugars? What have you found from that? What's happened for you?
Oh, I've just seen a significant major difference when I'm overload on sugar. I feel it, especially I deal with arthritis and some joint pain, and the inflammation is just almost immediate. When I go too heavy on the sugars, I feel it. It's a big problem. So.
Awesome.
Well, good. And just if the foodie alarm was going off out there, I thought I heard an alarm going. What do you mean? No garlic, no onions, no tomatoes. What can I possibly eat? Have faith. I can tell you from experience, we took those out of our diets, and Cynthia substituted other kinds of spices and cooking with essential oils, and the foods are amazing. I mean, they are so tasty. So there
just
are ways
used
to do it.
It's not like those are the only, in my family, when I grew up, we didn't even have garlic in our meals. We had onions, salt, and pepper, and that was kind of the whole group of things that I think my mom cooked with. She probably did other things, and she'll probably not be very happy with me. Sorry, Mom. But those were the things that I know that she cooked with every single day. So, well, there are other things you can use that are extremely wonderful, just wonderful things that you can add that have been used all over the world, still are. And you can do that too. I mean, simple as lemongrass and curry. Awesome.
And the last idea here is just keep in mind, underlying all of this is that supplement superhighway. So we're keeping that road open, we're keeping it clear, keeping things flowing and moving so that our nutrition and our supplements can do their jobs. Okay, number 2 is destroy the deceptors. Top of that list is refined sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Cynthia, would you talk just a little bit about, Cynthia's done a lot of research on the whole sugar high and what the food industry does to satiate our taste buds and that kind of thing. Would you talk about that just a little bit?
Well, what's really interesting is one of the reasons why we don't think that we're getting the buzz, I guess I'll call it, when we eat is because of these super saturated foods that we're now eating. And 2 of the biggest things that they saturate with are sugar and salt. Now, a lot of people say, oh yeah, I've eaten so much sugar, I want some more salt things, sugar, salt. And so you do it to yourself, right? And it'll be like going between popcorn and some sugary treat, right? But what has happened is that it's very well known in the sugar chemistry industry how much your body can actually taste. But then there's another amount that is a satiation point. And when you reach the satiation point that's beyond there, you actually buzz the body. So when you're doing that, your brain starts to light up and you get all these extra indicators that this is fantastic. You feel so good. Everything feels so much better for that minute. And then, afterwards you have, the big going down again, the decline after you finish something like that. So that high fructose corn syrup is a major way to get up there super fast. And then you just add extra salt in and you don't taste that it's too sugary. So it's a real dilemma because the salt's so hard on all the other body, the elimination and circulatory systems in your body. And so you can't really get rid of the things that you need. And the refined sugar's in there doing its damage to the whole body and creating more free radicals and inflammation. And it's just sitting there making fat in your body and all sorts of horrid things. And we thought all we were getting was like, a really nice sugary shake somewhere at the malt shop. So that's what I'll say on that one.
Okay, great, thank you. And also, I'm going to put it out there, for many people, soda is a real tough one because soda is such a part of our diets these days. And if you're drinking sugared soda, you're getting 15 10 to 15 teaspoons of sugar in every can that you drink. So
just think of eating that. Just sit there and eating that.
So all the buzz you've heard about high fructose corn syrup and sugar and that kind of thing is absolutely the number one inflammation challenge that we all face.
And Time Magazine, a number of years ago now, listed inflammation as the number one killer.
Number two, highly processed foods. So again, just kind of rules of thumb here. If it's processed, if it's packaged and preserved and all of that kind of thing, it's usually highly processed, high carb, baked goods, kinds of things. Those are other things to watch for. Next is trans fats. You may have heard about those. Those are the bad fats. So those create a lot of free radicals in your body. Often also even good kinds of cooking oils that are heated to high temperatures for fried foods transform into having a lot of free radicals. So really watch it on the trans fats, especially if it says hydrogenated oils. Those are the really bad ones for your body.
So Mark, you keep talking about free radicals. What are they?
Free radicals are molecules that don't have an oxygen, and so they're running around looking for oxygen. And when they do that, they grab an oxygen, and that causes disruption all the way down to the DNA of a cell. And so it disrupts cellular function. It actually can cause mutations. It's been associated with a lot of problems, including cancer. So,
yeah. And your body needs oxygen to to heal itself. So,
right.
That's a bad idea.
Processed meats is another one that there's usually a lot of preservatives in processed meats. So be careful on that one as well.
What are processed meats?
All the packaged meats, salami, bologna, and bacon, and all of those kinds of meats. Got to be careful with those. So bottom line here is just read the label. I can't tell you how many times I've come home, and even when I thought I was buying some really healthy things, I bring them home and I pull them out of the bag, and Cynthia said, "Did you read the label?" And I pick it up and I go,
I do the same thing.
Oh my gosh, look what it's got in here. So I mean, amazingly, it's by law has to be on there. So read the label, and they're listed in order of how much is in there. So if you see sugar high on the list, if you see high fructose corn syrup, if you see some of these bad hydrogenated oils, those kinds of things, read the label and stay away.
And here's a slippery thing that they do. So it's not just that it's the first thing, it's that they can use a number of different kinds of sugars throughout.
Yeah.
So you can have high fructose corn syrup, then you can have dextrose, then you can have sucrose, then you can have cane sugar. So you add all that up, and so you've got to watch your carbohydrates and sugars too that are listed.
Okay, great. Next, the number 3 is friendly feed. This is the kind of feed that we want to put into our bodies. Again, rules of thumb: lots of water, and put lemon oil in it, and that'll help detox your body and pull those toxins out.
Get rid of some of those free radicals.
I keep water all the time right by my desk. I go through several of these a day, and it's really important to keep those highways going. If you're wondering what to eat, grab a fruit or a vegetable, and that's what we tell our school kids, and it's good. It applies to everybody. Fresh fruits and vegetables are your very best option. A lot of people say, "Wow, there's a lot of sugar in fruits," and especially the really sweet fruits, which is true. But the difference is that because they're not refined, they're bound up with fiber or other proteins, and so they break down more slowly in your body, and they don't give you the sugar spike that causes all of the problems and the inflammation in your body.
Now, if you are dealing with diabetes, you still have to watch the glycemic load index, because there are fruits that have more sugar buzz than others. And so you can choose fruits that have less of that and kind of even out what you're doing in the day too.
Okay, great. Meats, again, be careful of the processed meats, but also meats in general tend to cause some people problems. And so move to a mindset of meats more as a garnish and not always as the main event.
A lot of people have moved to being a vegetarian, and some people wonder how you can get enough protein doing that. There are plenty of ways to get your protein without eating meat if that's what you feel like you need to do for your body. Okay. And when we talk about meat, we're talking about all sorts of meats. We're not just talking about some of the more dense trans fatty ones. We're talking about any kinds of meats that you might want to put in your body, but there are some the ones that are cleaner and easier, and some that are more difficult.
Terrific. And finally, sweets. I don't advocate completely cutting out sweets. I mean, they're great for celebrations and little treats once in a while, but look at it more as a treat and not as a huge stack of sugar that you're going to be loading your body up.
Yeah, consider it being this much of your experience, that much, not this much.
Okay, number 4, supplement boost, and I say use supplement as a verb, meaning that supplement what you're doing with these other wonderful things that you're adding into your diet. And as we talked about earlier, starting with this complete base of the lifelong vitality is such a great way to base load what you're trying to do. We did a whole nother video on lifelong vitality, and there is other training that is on our website that gives you all the detail on that. But take a check that out. It's really a great way to make sure you're getting the supplementation that you need. Also, helping your body move things through and digest and stay balanced is really important. And so there are other supplements here that we really believe are a great addition to your diet that will help. And again, we can go into more detail on these, but the Terrazymes and the DigestZen and some of these other oils are tremendous help to this. Cynthia, what's your favorite?
Well, that's probably impossible to say, but the closest I can come is I wouldn't ever be without Lifelong Vitality, ever, 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 or DigestZen or Terrazyme. I could keep going, but I take them on a daily basis, every day. I use Terrazyme. I don't always have to use DigestZen, but I do it frequently. And and then I use Lifelong Vitality every single day. And Lifelong Vitality is more than a vitamin, and that's what we've got. We always think supplement means vitamin, but it's only 1/3 of what you're getting in this. So Lifelong Vitality is really about keeping your body clean, helping it. It's a building block so that you can have the nutrients you need and be able to get rid of the garbage in your system more easily. Now we're adding other things to do on top of that. So all the things that we're saying aren't standalones. You need this and this, not this or this, because that's how you're going to get your body to have that optimum ability to really stay healthy.
Excellent. Also, don't forget that these oils, many of these oils taste terrific, and they enhance the flavor of food. There's a whole class that we did recently, Cynthia did recently, with Chef Brad, one of our good friends, excellent chef, on cooking with essential oils. So check that one out. They really can enhance the flavor as well as give you all these wonderful health benefits.
And I gave him some pink pepper, which you probably don't even know about, and he went crazy over it. So, you never know what you could put in something either.
Absolutely. And don't forget about the mood and the willpower boost that you get from these. In fact, that's the next topic here, which is entitled, You Are What You Choose. We usually say you are what you eat, but you are what you choose. I have a psychology friend who says you are what you choose. We choose what we are, what we become in life. And so I'm inviting you to consider a new perspective in this whole thing, to look at this as a new adventure versus being deprived. It's easy to say, oh, I can't eat this and I can't eat that and I shouldn't and I won't. And But if you kind of flip that and say, I'm going to discover some new flavors and some new foods and some new ways of fueling my body, it can become a fun adventure and something that you look forward to.
There are awesome things out there now, just awesome things that you can start out with to help you along that path. If you're not going to eat fruits and vegetables to start out with, but you probably need to do that. But if you're used to just eating your enchilada and nothing else, you're gonna be deprived. You are actually depriving your body right now of the nutrients it needs, and you're just exciting your taste buds and lighting up your brain with extra electrons, but you're actually adding so much pain and problems to your body overall that you're going to have to weigh out that choice.
Okay. The second point here is get creative. Change is change. And if you want to change, you have to just understand that some things are going to change, but you can get really creative. And I mentioned earlier, Cynthia also be cooking for our son, who has a lot of really specialized, very, very specialized health challenges and nutrition challenges. Those two got creative and came up with these dishes that are just absolutely stunning. I mean, I eat these and I'm just, wow, how did you cook those without this, and this?
We do massaman and curry, and we do a really great French meal and a fantastic Mexican meal.
Oh, they're amazing. Fried rice and just great stuff. So there are ways to get really creative and have some fun with it. The other thing is supplement your brain to help in this change. And I mentioned I diffuse wild orange all the time. Another couple of my favorites are arbor vitae. I love arbor vitae. I smell it all the time. And one called cheer. I love cheer. It cheers me up. And so if I'm facing a challenge, it's like, do I really want to do this? Make sure you got those brain chemicals working for you as well to make
Studies have shown on that supplement part, let me just put this in.
Oh, sure.
Studies have shown that there's only one way into the amygdala where all of your emotional responses are housed, basically. And that is by using a smell. And so this is it. This is the way to get in there and help really switch that light on inside of that important part of your brain, so you can make the changes that you choose to make.
It's so amazing. I'm so excited about all of the science that has gone into these products as well. I've been doing a lot of study recently, and it's just amazing how it's so well supported. The last thing here is give it a chance. Some people are looking for immediate, like overnight results, which can happen, but often doesn't. You're developing new habits and new taste buds, and just give it some time. Give it a try and let it cook and percolate and get used to it. Try it on a little bit. So this is you can look at it as a war or a battle for your health. You're battling to get rid of all of those toxins, open up those highways, get things moving through, and fueling your body with the most positive, powerful, and nutritious things that you can. And so Cynthia and I just feel we're passionate about this. We just feel that you're not just on this earth to survive or to be deprived or just to get through, that just say, well, I'm just living day to day. But we're on this earth to thrive, to have joy, to have energy, to share time with our families and our loved ones, and to just have a jazzed up and abundant life.
Yeah, and that's for a high five right there.
That's for all of us. So how do you get on board? There are some easy ways to get started with some of these supplements and oils that we've been talking about tonight. One of the easiest ways to get in is what we call the Healthy Habits Kit. And it gives you a good solid base of things to get started with some of these nutritional supplements that we've discussed. And it will really give you that foundation and get that road clear and get things moving and going. The other really cool thing is that you can get in at a wholesale price and save a lot of money rather than buying it off the shelf or buying it at a retail price. And and as you stay with the program and do it month after month, the savings and the discounts actually grow.
Yeah, and you'll start out with a 25% discount right at the beginning anyway, just by enrolling. And then the enrollment is just like a Costco enrollment. It's not like big deal. And then you can be a customer account. And because you'll be using things on a regular basis, then you'll get this 10% discount, and then the 15, and then 20 and 25. Then you'll end up with 30% discount. And the nice thing is you can add in what you need and subtract what you still have some of. So you never have like tons of stuff sitting on the shelf. You just use what you use, and then everything else, you replace.
Very cool. And the really cool thing is that you're earning loyalty rewards. You're getting these discounts for staying healthy. I mean, it's the best of all worlds.
Awesome.
It's all cool. So thank you very much. That's our presentation for tonight. Let's.
Now, what we didn't do is we didn't explain how they can purchase, and also how that's kind of important.
Go ahead,
so at the beginning, we tell you that we really care about you, right? Isn't that what we said? Because we do. We care about you. We care about your health. We care about what you're doing with your health. We care about how you get to live your life. Because we've gone through this for a number of years now, and we are actually surprised at how we become more healthy instead of less healthy, and how we have answers for questions that we didn't have answers before. I mean, it just goes on, and it gets better. And, it's not like we're looking towards the next 10, 15, 20 years and thinking, oh no, what's going to happen to us? We have a great idea about what's going to happen to us because we've seen what it's been like for the last 8 years of being able to use these incredible products that have really changed our lives. And we want you to be a part of that. We want you to have that experience too. So for a minimum amount, you can do what was shown on that. You start out, when I started out with a really large kit that had everything that I could possibly use in it. And it was about $500. It's still available, but that's not the kit we're showing you. That one's closer to about $150. And what you'll end up with the second month is they'll cost less. And the third month will cost less and less and less. And so you'll be adding value to yourself. You'll be healthier. You'll have more energy. You'll be able to do what you want to do. And you'll be able to take care of yourself. Now, when you go to our website, you'll be able to see how to do this. And we'll explain it more. We'll send you out some landing pages pretty soon that'll give you some more value so that you understand. And we want to be able to not hide it from you, but we want to give you the real value. And so we'll make sure that you understand that. But this is just the starter. This is just to let you know what we've discovered and why it's so important. This is the last one. We'll be talking a lot about lifelong vitality. So for the last 3, we've talked a lot about lifelong vitality because we really believe in it. We believe in it because we've seen how it's helped our bodies heal. We have so many more capabilities than we've had. Mark wasn't able to play the guitar. He loves the guitar. And he did the gluten, removed the gluten that we were talking about, and the sugar and the nightshades. And he's just done that for a month now. And he hasn't been able to play his guitar for over 3 years.
Yeah, at least that.
And it's been really sad because it's something he loves. And he picked the guitar up 2 days ago and started playing the guitar. And he went water skiing that he hasn't been able to do for 10 years. And I'm hiking, and I hiked up to the top of a big mountain over here. It's called Timpanogos Mountain. And I hiked up there last year. And you know what? I couldn't do that 10 years ago. I literally could not do it. I'm out biking on the trail. There's so many better things. Our bodies are actually healing instead of hurting. And it's definitely because of these products. It's definitely because of these changes that we've made in our lives. And we want you to be able to have that experience in your life. So come join us on this journey. Have an adventure with us. We'll teach you how to make some really good meals, and we'll laugh with you, and we'll help you find your path to wellness.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'm going to stop this, and if we have any questions, we'll be happy to
So
take
Stacy never
questions.
got on. So,
Okay.
well, that's. Do we have anybody else that's here today?
Oh, okay. Any other
You
questions?
stopped the recording, right? Oh, sorry. I thought it was